So as many of you know, I am not a CD collector. In fact, I'm quite the opposite. I'm a vinyl collector. As you can see here, I got it here. However, recently I was going through my old CDs and starting to listen to some of them, some of the random ones, and I wanted to show you here just the collection of CDs I have. Keep in mind, all of these were bought between the ages of probably 10 and 15, and a lot of the homemade ones are kind of random. So I just want to show you some of the CDs that I have here. Been going through and listening to some of them. So like starting over here, we have the CDs. These are ones I don't really ever listen to, probably wouldn't ever. So like we've got some Van Halen ones. There's Diver Down, Van Halen 2, Fair Warning. We've got the self-titled. I think I got these because I asked for some for my car at some point. This is back when I was young, I think before I had my car, and I thought David Lee Roth was the end-all be-all, so I asked for those. I don't listen to them because I have them on vinyl, so why bother? I got a local one here. This is one of my local friends. And then this is also from one of my local friends. I have 3 CDs from the same band called Big Willie. This was their latest album. This was their second, and then this was their first. And all of these are signed. So you can see this one is signed on there. This one obviously on the cover. And this one on the disc. So not like they're worth anything because it's not a super famous band. But, yeah, pretty cool that I have all 3 of their albums up to 2017 or whatever signed. Here's Saturday Night Fever. This is a very famous one, of course. This one I got at a yard sale. It's an 80s, like, rock. You can see Belinda Carlisle, Concrete Blonde, Dream Academy, Kim Wilde. There's a bunch of random ones on here. Here's all of them. That's a good song, Bow Wow Wow. I wouldn't really listen to this now because I don't really listen to 80s music, and the few songs in here that are good I have on vinyl, so I don't need this. But yeah, I bought this at a garage sale. Random. This is one I bought when I was getting my first car. We have Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness. I don't really care for the Pumpkins, and truthfully, if I was going to buy one of their albums, I would not buy this one. Honestly, I don't really know why this is their most like sought after album. I don't think this was even their best album, but I have it. And yeah, this is the one that has 1979 on it. So yeah, I bought this at a garage sale when I was getting my first car shortly after because I needed CDs to listen to. So yeah, we got that. This one, I don't know where it came from. It's a Michael Jackson CD, like greatest hits with like himself and the Jackson 5. These are some that I've had for a while. These are like random, like Zen meditation ones. I've never listened to these. There's another one. These were my parents. These are like 50s workout tapes, 2 CDs, but you'll see like some of the songs. There's Peggy Sue, All Shook Up, Wake Up Little Susie. I think Lollipop is on there. Chain Gang. Yeah, I don't know where they got these, but it's 50s workout music. So maybe this will be a good one to listen to when I work out. Because I've been listening to a lot of these. When I work out, I listen to CDs, so I've been listening to a lot of my old CDs, so I might have to give these a spin. So those are CDs that I don't really listen to. So now we'll get into the ones that I would or do. This is a mixed CD I made. Check this track listing out. This is from Guitar Hero Van Halen. So we've got Offspring, Van Halen songs, Judas Priest. Wait, I don't know what song Pain would be. Van Halen, Billy Idol. That's a Queen song. Yeah, so random Van Halen and other mix. Here's an example of, this is when I was like 12 and I was making mixed CDs. We have a CD, and this is the track listing. That's a great song. But we have Tempted by Squeeze, Harden My Heart. Only 5 tracks on this one, but we have that. This is a phenomenal album. I listen to this one pretty frequently. I got this at a garage sale, I think, or a thrift store, but no, this is a freaking phenomenal album. Don't think that needs any explanation. Had this one since I was a kid because I love this album. It's the Go-Go's Greatest Hits. Hardly ever listen to it because I have the Go-Go's on vinyl, but if I ever want to listen to just the A-sides, I can do it here. Interesting that Mercenary made it on their Greatest Hits. It's kind of interesting to me. Another one I got at a garage sale when I got my first car, Soundgarden. I don't know that I've ever listened to this one, but maybe one day I will. Maybe when I'm working out. Another famous one that I got at a garage sale. Pretty good album. I'm not a fan of 90s music. I really don't like 90s music, but for some reason I bought these, so yeah, I have these. This one I haven't listened to, but I assume is pretty good. This is like a Police Greatest Hits, which, as you can see by the track listing, I bet is pretty good. Oh, oops, I was supposed to be organizing these. I've done a bad job of that. Let's try, there we go. This one I remember I got from a garage sale. It's Nirvana Live, Muddy Banks of the Wishkah. Pretty good track listing there, too. I remember I've listened to this one a few times, but this is a pretty cool one. Was this released after he died? Yeah, 96. Interesting. This is a phenomenal one. Styx Greatest Hits. Look at that track listing. Awesome track listing. Needs Rockin' the Paradise, but this is a great album, and it has Miss America Live. Love this album. I love Styx. I have seen them live a million times, and I will continue to do so until I literally can't. Awesome band. This is another phenomenal one. This is one of the few instances where I have all of their albums on vinyl, and I will still sometimes put this on because they're just that good. Pretty good track listing. There are definitely some songs I would have put on here and some that I would have taken off, but I mean, it's hard to say what's good and what's bad with the Cars when it's all so good, but I do listen to this one, even though I have all their albums on vinyl sometimes. Here we have the Homemade Ets catalog. You can see it has the track listing on the front and back and some very poor homemade CDs of the albums in here. We've had this little booklet since I was a kid, but these aren't our original copies of the CDs because I've burned more. So that's it. Those are all of my CDs. Oh, we got to do the CD case. This is all the homemade ones, pretty much. This is going to be interesting. I went through and I was labeling some of these because some of them didn't have anything written, so I was trying to label them. Let's see here. What do we have? We've got the Go-Go's, all of their albums on vinyl. There's Beauty and the Beat, Vacation, Talk Show, Return to the Valley, God Bless. So we've got all of those. Don't need them. Van Halen 1, Van Halen Diver Down, Van Halen for Unlawful Carnal Knowledge, Van Halen Balance, because I don't have those on vinyl, so I have them here. Van Halen 3, random Alice in Chains record that I think came in a radio or something that I bought. I've never listened to it. This is OMD Punishment of Luxury, whatever their newer album is, that's that. This, I don't know who made this, but I don't think I did. This is a random collection of Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd songs. So we have Good Times, Bad Times, Communication Breakdown, Dazed and Confused, Whole Lotta Love, Immigrant Song, Rock and Roll, Black Dog, Kashmir. Those are the Led Zeppelin songs. Then for Pink Floyd, we have Another Brick in the Wall, Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. And for those of you that know Pink Floyd, that's not right. That is not the order that those songs are in on the wall. They are not next to each other, and they do not sound good on a CD next to each other. And then we have Run Like Hell. I have no clue who made this. It wasn't me, because why would I have done that? I don't know. Random Led Zeppelin mix, I guess. Then we have this, I think I made a long time ago. So we have Welcome to the Jungle, Paradise City, and Sweet Child of Mine from Guns N' Roses. Then we have Purple Haze, The Wind Cries Mary, and Foxy Lady from Jimi Hendrix. Shiva, Shrub Rock, Bullet with Butterfly Wings, 1979, Zero, Tonight Tonight, Ava Adore, and Perfect from the Smashing Pumpkins. I don't know. This was a CD that my dad made. It's called South Park MP3s, and I don't even know. It's such a random mix of songs. This was my mixtape when I got my first car. So we have like Def Leppard, Foreigner, Rat, Misty Mountain Hop, Carry On Wayward Son, AC/DC, Shake My Tree, freaking awesome. And then we have Cat Scratch Fever. What is that? Ragdoll by Aerosmith and Little Dreamer by Van Halen. That's what I listened to when I was 15. That's what I have on there. This is a old set of mixed CDs, this and this, from Pink Floyd before I was really, really, really into them. So it's like a random, we have like See Emily Play, we have Echoes, a couple stuff from Dark Side, pretty much all of Wish You Were Here, some Animals, some The Wall. Yeah, random. Burn the Jukebox mixed CD that I made because they don't have a CD out, I just made it. Goes all the way up through Homesick. I can't remember if they've released anything newer than that. I don't remember. These are all from when Ethan was in the band, though, so I don't know. This is probably outdated. This one I know is outdated. This is an All the Better mix CD that I made. that goes all the way up to when they released the Mens Rea EP. So, like, what is it? Dying for You is not on here because this was the newest at the time. This is Momentary Lapse of Reason by Pink Floyd on CD. That's Division Bell and Endless River on CD. So yeah, that's it. Those are all my CDs. I have a really random collection of CDs. I don't really listen to them, but I figured some people who like CDs would want to see this, even though I'm not a CD collector. So I have a couple more downstairs that I'm listening to currently while I work out. So we'll go look at those, and then that's going to be the end of the video. So currently I'm listening to some of these when I work out. This, again, shows you when I was 13 how random I was. That one CD that had like 5 tracks that was like the Tempted and the You Spin Me Right Round and the Quarter Flash song, these were made at the same time. Check this track listing out. Belinda Carlisle, a bunch of newer pop songs. When the hell was I listening to What Doesn't Kill You or Everybody Talks? Like, this must have been made when I was like 12. Like, I haven't listened to or thought about those songs in so many years. Neither that one. Oh my god. Bryan Adams, and then you have Destiny's Child, Duran Duran next to Kesha, Michael Jackson, Sweet Caroline, the Outkast song, and then a couple Police songs. What the hell? Apparently, I bought the CD case secondhand in 2017, if that tells you anything. This is the disc 2 that goes with it, along with that other one with 5 tracks. Rolling Stones, Billy Joel, a couple Queen songs. I can't believe I put those on there. Cars. Okay, so a couple 80s pop songs. Yeah, mostly 80s pop songs, and then continuing here with the 80s pop songs. Yeah, so pretty much this whole disc, aside from like the Queen and the Jumpin' Jack Flash, is like 80s pop songs, essentially. This is another copy of OMD, The Punishment of Luxury. I don't know why we have 2, but this one has the track listing. Good album, by the way. Saw them live back like 6-7 years ago. This is another random one. All right, so we have Black Sabbath, AC/DC, The Go-Go's La La Land. Then we have David Bowie, Prince. That's the Kinks. What is Magic? I can't picture what Magic is. AC/DC, another Cars song. Oh, Sheila, wow. My Sharona, NIB, No More Tears, Paranoid. Running with the Devil. Rock and Roll Nights by BTO, wow. Wow, Frankie Goes to Hollywood, and... oh, that's it. Oh, I read them out of order. Okay, I have to know, what is the Magic song? I'm actually gonna, like... hold on, I'm gonna plug this in. We're gonna pop out disc 1. I have to know. Which song called Magic is this? Track 7. And we're going to crank the volume up nice and good for this, because I need to know, what is Magic? Because there are so many songs with that name. I legitimately... the only song now that I can think of is the America song, but I know I wasn't listening to America when this was made. Was it track 7? Alright, we could be really surprised in about 10 seconds. I have no clue what's about to play. Let's see. Oh! I'm stupid. It's like the Cars Magic. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Alright, I'm surprised I didn't think of that. No, America was the only thing I could think of with that. So, alright, it was the Cars, which I guess should have made sense because the other cars were on there. So, alright, that's going to conclude the CD video. Hopefully you all enjoyed my random freaking CD collection. Isaac24.com.